Let's see if this runs in there. There we go. All right, we up and running on both streams. Let's pop that chat out. Boom. All right. Anyway, guys, hope you guys had a wonderful Monday. Some people had a day off. I had a day off. I was shocked that I got a day off. I wasn't even prepared to have a day off. But today, took my time out, went out with the family. We went to D.C. to go to the National African American Propaganda Museum. We went to the National African American Propaganda Museum. It took everything in. And I'm lying because I was correcting the record every time my kids asked me a question. I mean, that sound like Doe and shit. I mean, that sound like President Doe Dubes and shit. Hey, Dad, is it true that? No. Just shooting down everything they learned in school. You know what I mean? So they had a good time. Does the Potomac stink? Nah, it ain't no smell out there for real. The MLK jabbers that, I don't know. Like, honestly, we got to the third level and it was like, all right, I'm ready to go. So we ate at the overpriced cafeteria that they had, and then we got back on the road back to Baltimore. But the kids had a good time. The wife had a good time. My mom tagged along. She had a great time. So I'm just happy about that. You know what I mean? Just spending time with the family was enough for me. It was enough for me. You know what I mean? So I was excited about that. The kids had a good time, and that's all that matters. That's all that matters. You know what I mean? So let's do this. Oh, right here. Boom. See that? The kids out of school tomorrow, matter of fact. I don't even know why. They got more days out than a little bit. I don't ever remember having all these fucking days off. I don't ever remember having all these fucking days off. At all. Do you guys remember having just a shit ton of days off? It's just, no. No. Anyway. But that's all I did for the day. I was just trying to deprogram my kids, you know what I mean? And we tried to go to the Bible Museum, but what are you chewing on? Okay, we tried to go to the Bible Museum, but it was too late, so we just got back on the road back. What's up, Montoya? What's the deal? But I appreciate you guys coming to hang out with me. I really do appreciate it. All 2 of you over on YouTube. We got 18 over on Kick. Shout out to Dizzle. I appreciate you, yo, with the 1 gifted sub. To Philly Greg, I appreciate you. Your older sister-in-law kids had a whole week off following the last snowstorm. That's what my kids did. My kids had a whole week off too. Damn near 2 weeks. They got to work from home and shit. I was like, damn. Oh man, but I was just trying to chill out and really just veg. I didn't even look at no news or nothing like that. I just like chilled out with the family and just had a decent time. You know what I mean? Trying to wrangle. What are you doing? Hey, no. Go lay down. She learned to see. She's smart as shit. She just be being a little asshole. Thank you. Good girl. What you got? Hold on. Here, tell me. What is that? I done thought I did a good job cleaning up in here. She just be fine and shit. She like a fucking toddler, like a fucking real baby. Give her something to chew on and she just like, fuck that shit. What's up, Mike? What's up, Ricky? Oh man, who else? We got Mon Shell in the building. We got Philly Greg. We got Heather Hart. What's up, Heather? We got Heather in the building. Who else we got? We got Alchemist in the building. We got Willie Will in here. What's the deal? We got Melissa Reeves in here. We got Just Hotep. We got Sauce in the building. We got Dizzle in the building. Protocol, what's up, bro? Man, this Nancy Guthrie shit, man. Listen, let me tell y'all something. Okay? This Nancy Guthrie shit has gone way too far. It's gone way too fucking far. Okay? Do you need to hit the YouTube chat? No, not just yet. I don't see nothing happening right now in the YouTube chat. As far as the vertical stream, we got like 4 people in there. It's cool. Yo, this Nancy Guthrie shit has gone way too fucking far, people. All right. You got them making statements talking about this wasn't a what they say? They said this was not a robbery, a botched robbery gone wrong or something like that. They're convinced that this lady was kidnapped. They tried to say that the family's no longer suspects, but they won't say if they ruled them out by way of DNA or whatever. They won't tell you how they ruled them out. They just want you to feel sorry for the family, and they just want you to take their word for it. The family wasn't involved in this. This is what I'm gonna say. This shit was not a botched robbery. Okay, it wasn't a botched robbery. If this is a botched robbery and she was home and she saw y'all downstairs, you're gonna gaffle her ass and then y'all gonna get out the door. Right? You're gonna get out the door. You was masked up. She ain't seen nothing. You gonna gaffle her ass and get out there. Ain't like she saw your face and you gotta take her with you or whatever, or you gotta kill her. Right? So this wasn't a home invasion gone wrong. But I also believe this shit was not a fucking kidnapping. Okay? I fully believe in my gut this shit was not a fucking kidnapping. All right? Now, what I will say is this is full speculation on me. Everything I'm about to say is full speculation on me. Okay? If I was thinking, if I was looking into this. Right? If I was thinking into this. This lady, I really don't believe was home. I don't believe she was home the days they said she went missing. That's what I think. I don't think she was home the day she went missing. I think she went missing a few days prior, maybe a week prior, gives them time to get rid of the body and all this other shit, right? To make her completely go fucking missing. And then after she goes missing, or after they was able to pull that shit off, then they say my mom went missing. What's up, David? Rick, man. She knew whoever the culprit is. I'm not ruling the family out. What I think happened is the family tried to get her missing, right? I think the family tried to get her missing. The shit went public. And now they stuck in some shit. Now they got to keep reaching in the pocket and pulling out another line. Think about it, right? It's a kidnapping. You're kidnapping somebody so you can get a ransom. The family came off the rip. We ready to pay this shit. We ready to pay. Right? So if the family comes out and say they're ready to pay, why wouldn't the kidnappers go, all right, cool. Once the transfer is complete, they leave the mother in the fucking Arizona desert somewhere with some coordinates. No, it's they're pleading to nowhere. They're pleading to dead air. It's my opinion. What are you doing? Go lay down. They're pleading to dead air. I don't rule out the brother-in-law. I don't rule out the sister-in-law. Somebody got some financial issues. And the mother probably got an extensive insurance policy. She probably has a fantastic insurance policy. Like most of us regular fucking hardworking fucking Joes, right? Where you at? Lay down. Most of us regular hardworking Joes, we could probably afford, what, $1 million? $1 million policy? Imagine what they could afford on their mother. Imagine what they could afford on their mother. Imagine what the insurance policy on the mother is. Somebody is strapped for cash, and maybe the sisters aren't involved. Maybe it is the brother. Maybe it is the brother-in-law or the son-in-law acting of his own accord with some friends or some associates. They said he was the last person to see her. What if she goes missing because they need money? She has a massive insurance policy. She goes missing, not the day that they said she went missing. She went missing a few days prior. I would say you got 50 candy, 500 in debt. Man, listen, She went missing way before that. I think they're off the trail. They're looking for an Ozark backpack. Nigga, how many motherfuckers got an Ozark backpack? How many people got an Ozark backpack? Them shits is a dime a dozen at Walmart. Ozark Trail. Then they thought it was some special fancy fucking rubber leather gloves. These are unique gloves. Nigga, no, they're not. I said it. I said, yo, these are rubber gloves. These are rubber gloves that you can get at any fucking Home Depot or AutoZone, or you pick a place. All right. We found a pair of rubber gloves. We found a rubber glove a mile away from our house. What's all the fucking forensics and crime scene investigators using? They're using regular ass Nitrex rubber gloves, like Sauce just said. They already littering them all over the fucking place at the house. Who's to say one of them motherfuckers would just blow them out in the wind? Well, some animal carried that bitch off. That's why they probably ain't telling us what the DNA is on one of them gloves, because it's probably one of the fucking investigators who botched the scene. If there was a scene ever to have. They're not finding anything at the house. They don't find a struggle at the house. They didn't find I don't care how old you are. They didn't find a struggle at the house, which tells you that it's somebody that she probably knew that she went with in the first place. They said they found some DNA, but it was inconsequential. I think it was just hers, and it was like old. They got fucking Nest Cam footage at the front door, but nothing at the garage. Those just happen to not be there. Then you got somebody saying that I don't know if they scamming. Talking about, yeah, we want $50,000 in Bitcoin. She may or may not be south of the border. What's up, Reba? This lady will never be found because she was killed, in my opinion. And you know what? I hope I'm wrong. I really do hope I'm wrong. I hope this lady get found just wandering the fucking desert. I really do. I really do. I hope that nobody do nothing heinous like I'm thinking in my head. My head is much deeper than a fucking kidnapping. This lady got killed for her insurance. 84 years old. Somebody needed some money. And I don't think the day she went missing was the day that I don't think the day she went missing was the day she went missing. I could be wrong. I think she was gone before they made this shit public. Did she have dementia? Not that they said. She took medicine, so I don't know if she was a diabetic or what she was taking, hypertension. I don't know what the medicine was for. They didn't say that either. You know what? I even hope that she got a little young tenderoni and she went missing with the young tenderoni. I don't fucking know. You know what I mean? She got a little mandingo. Knocking the bottom out of it. And they're hitting them like, I would rather that. What's up, man? Crazy. Yeah, insurance policy probably be lit, right? And that's what I'm thinking, yo. I think she went missing before they went public with her going missing. That's why they can't find word one of her. If that shit happened, if that was a botched robbery going wrong, these people would have been found almost immediately because mistakes would have been made. Massive mistakes would have been made. I would assume the Nest camera alerts you. Who knows who put it on the house? Maybe the kids put the Nest camera on the house. Who has access to that? But you would assume the Nest camera alerts you to somebody being at front of your fucking door. My Ring does. Matter of fact, I think my neighbors got the fucking Nest system in on their house. But I'm sure that shit sends it to your phone, says something through the house. She ain't call police? That's what I'm thinking, Sauce. That's what I'm thinking. That insurance might be $6 million. That insurance probably might be $6 million. They got whack notification. They got to. I don't know. That's my question. Because they making it seem the only footage they got is that dude. You don't got no footage of her leaving her house that day? Who you telling, Philly? Greg said this is clear as the Epstein files. Whether she went missing a few days before they alerted the police or not, she left with somebody that she knew and she was comfortable with leaving with, who may have portrayed her. Like I said, if this was a ransom, and the family said they willing to pay the ransom, and they willing to put the money in that fucking traceable fucking Bitcoin, whatever, that shit would have happened like that. If this shit was a home invasion, there would be evidence, DNA, every fucking where. Every fucking where. And it's inconsequential whether it's either one. Now you're saying the family's been ruled out? By what metric has the family been ruled out? What other family comes to visit her on a regular basis? Her daughter set up because she talked to her a few hours earlier, she said. Go and say hi. Say hi to everybody. There you go. You want to say hi? There you go. You want to say hi to everybody? Say hello. Say hello. Say, I'm down here on the floor just sniffing around, trying to get in his lap. There, you say hi? You say hello? All right. All right. Okay. Now, can you go lay down, please? Do my show. All right. By the way, her name is Zena. Shout out to Melissa Reeves, who named her. Melissa's name won today. Anyway, I think somebody betrayed her. Somebody in her family betrayed her. Maybe it wasn't her kids. Maybe it's somebody that comes to see her every day. Somebody she knows. She willingly walked out the door with. I just don't believe it was that day. Shit crazy. But it's going to continue to dominate the news cycle because that's all it's been doing is dominating the news cycle. It's funny that the minute they find out that, I guess, Don and everybody else, the minute that Donnie T fucking wasn't, that nigga was an informant trying to help take this fucking Epstein down and shit. Now they trying to sweep that shit under the rug everywhere. Everywhere. Then we find then we find out that the fucking Department of Justice spying on these niggas who, like, they gave a link out to everybody so they could look at the files. But then they put like some kind of like trace on the link so they could see what each person was researching. So they could see what each person was researching. See what page they went to, who they wanted to see, who was implicated, if they was implicated in that shit. Telling on themselves. Yeah, spyware. I'm sorry, I'm tripping. Telling on themselves. Trace it right back to her. Fucking dummies. Yeah, they should have known better. Heather said peppers. That is fucking hilarious. But they're trying to make this Epstein shit go away. They're going to try to run this Nancy fucking Guthrie shit in the hole. Not to mention that, so maybe we should bring out some kind of AI, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, oh, here we go. They trying to do this Palantir shit to find this lady. Flock cameras and blah, 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 blah. Did I see, what's up? I appreciate the $2, man. I appreciate it. Did I see the DJ Vlad troll tweet? Yeah, I seen it. I did see the troll tweet. I saw that this weekend. I was like, this nigga tripping. Like, Vlad trying to make himself relevant again. But you be surprised the amount of people who really thought that shit was real. I still think Vlad is a fucking Fed. That's just me. I always thought he was a fucking Fed. But all these people fucking losing their mind over that shit. Shit was fucking hilarious. Palantir collecting all of that data. It'd be funny if this shit is all a play and then they do roll out some kind of AI something that finds this lady, and then next thing you know, they start pushing that shit. Think about it, right? She goes missing. They're looking at Nest camera. You hear the word Nest camera on Nest camera. Then in the Super Bowl and shit, what the Super Bowl had, they had that Ring camera that's talking about, you can use your Ring to find dogs. And all you gotta do is join this fucking group, which when you get your Ring camera, and then allow people to access it so they can find their missing puppy. Like, get the fuck out of here. This shit was not made for puppies. Get the fuck out of here. What are you doing? Can you stop chewing on my laces? I was like, get the fuck out of here. Now they want to try to use it to find this lady. Never let a good crisis go to waste, right? Just like they do with assault rifles. Wasn't it a shooting today? What was that shooting at? Rhode Island. Two victims, suspect dead, 3 others injured in mass shooting in Rhode Island. Ice hockey rink. That's crazy. Let's see what they talking about on this real quick. After they finish this fucking commercial. You had a lady down in Savannah die. Oh, is that what it was? At an ice hockey rink? Let's see what happened.
Sparking mass panic in South.
Now, breaking news.
We begin at 7 with breaking news we've been following in Pawtucket, Rhode Island. A shooter opens fire at an ice rink during a high school hockey game, sparking mass panic inside and a massive response from police. Tonight, 3 people are dead, including the suspected shooter. Good evening. I'm Glenn Jones.
I'm JC Monahan. 3 other people were injured and are listed in critical condition. It all unfolded shortly before 2:30 this afternoon at the Dennis M. Lynch Arena in Pawtucket. Tonight, we have new details about what led up to the shooting and how police responded.
Right now, live team coverage in Pawtucket. Let's begin with NBC 10's Oscar Margain.
Hey, Glenn and JC, yes, and I'm standing here on Broad Road, or Broad Street, rather. You can see the yellow police tape blocking off the access to that arena. What you're seeing right here is the back of that ice rink where the shooting took place at around 2:30 or just before 2:30 this afternoon, and it's where the shooter opened fire, killing 2 people, injuring 3 others before turning the gun on themselves. One of the victims died at the scene. Another person died at a hospital, while the 3 others remain hospitalized in critical condition. Now, police believe this may have been a targeted event stemming from a family dispute, but authorities note that this is still under investigation. The shooting was captured on video during the hockey game between Blackstone Valley and Coventry schools. Now, we can't show you that video, but I can describe it for you. You can hear at least 12 to 15 gunshots at that moment at the arena inside, and it took took a couple of rounds here before coaches, players, and spectators started to react to the gunfire and began to duck. Now, everybody started to rush out of the ice rink in a panic. Some of them went into a mini mart just around the corner right here from that arena. Now, Coventry Schools said all of their students are safe and accounted for. We also were able to talk to the Pawtucket Police Chief and Mayor earlier today. This is what they had to say. Take a listen.
The Pawtucket Police received a call at about 2:28, 2:30 this afternoon that we had an active shooter at Lynch Arena. Upon arrival, police were met with several people obviously inside the arena, and there was 2 casualties within the arena. The suspect was confirmed as one of those casualties. Later on, we learned that another casualty from the shooting was at the hospital, that they succumbed to their injuries after being at the hospital, and there is 3 additional victims at the hospital that all are in critical condition at this time.
It is very tragic, right? You're thinking about these are high school kids that were doing an event. They were playing, with their families, watching a fun time, and it turned into this. So it's got to be traumatic.
And this is another live look here at the scene. There are still ambulances and also, or rather a fire truck and also police here still blocking the area and access as they continue to collect evidence here in this shooting. Now, again, 3 people have died as a result, 3 others in critical condition at the hospital. The identities of both the victims and the shooter have not been revealed. We're hoping to get that information sometime between tonight and tomorrow, authorities said. So we'll make sure to stay on top of it and provide you with the latest.
So they said that 17 minutes ago, but then here is, get out of here. Dad shoots wife, 3 kids in horror. Family dispute at crowded Rhode Island hockey arena as players and fans are seen scrambling for safety. Damn. What y'all think it was, y'all? A father gunned down his wife and 3 kids in the stands at a high school hockey tournament in Rhode Island Monday, according to reports, sending the crowd screaming and fleeing for exits in panic. 2 people were killed, including a little girl, and 3 others are in critical condition at a hospital after gunfire erupted at Lynch Arena in Pawtucket around 2:30 p.m., according to the cops. Shooter is also dead. So this was a murder-suicide. Damn. What y'all think? Like, let's speculate, right? This shit is obviously it's tragic. Obviously, this is a tragic situation that happened. Right? This is fucking horrible. Right? This is the worst thing that could fucking like, all right, let's just say you had a dispute with the wife. Let's just say you had a dispute with the wife. Yeah, right, at the hockey game. Right. You take it up with the wife. Why kill the kids? Like, that's some Chris Benoit shit. That story's crazy. The Chris Benoit story is wild. But that's some Chris Benoit shit. Oh, the hockey game ain't the place to settle it. Fucking Valentine's Day just passed on what, Saturday? Valentine's Day passed on Saturday. Which one you think got caught with the with the side piece? You think the wife got caught with the side piece and he couldn't take it? Lost his shit? Or do you think he got caught with it? She left him. He couldn't take it. And like, if I can't have you, nobody else can. Bow. That was my next scenario, Derna. That was my next scenario. What if he found out his kids ain't his motherfucking kids? That's crazy. Answer A. What a nigga was mental and said, fuck it. What did he do for a living? You know, was he an ex-hockey player? Had some CTE? What demon then crawled up in his head and it made him do that shit? Because he killed the kids too. That's more than a crime of passion, man. Damn. That's more than a crime of passion. It's sad though. Nobody deserve that shit, yo. There's plenty of fucking people in it's plenty of fucking fish in the sea. Jesus, Peter found on Meg's story and Chris wasn't his. It was fucking Brian. It was the kids is fucking quagmires. Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard. I don't think I've ever heard of a black family where the father just killed every fucking body. I'm from Baltimore. It's crazy though. Like maybe he did just lose his shit. Maybe he was fucking. He had motherfuckers talking to him in his head. Maybe something was up with him. Were they separated? And he saw the new nigga with the family and he fucking lost it? You know, maybe they separated and she at the hockey game with the new nigga. Kids is liking the new nigga. He lose his shit. Pull his strap. What pro say? Oh, Peter found. What's up, Noel? Noel on the building. Valentine's Day, the Roman blood ritual. You can't delete your family if you're on the quest for milk. This shit is crazy, y'all. I was giving some advice to a young man today when I was in D.C., right? So check it. We all know Valentine's Day was this past weekend, right? Saturday. He said that he had a chick that he started talking to. She, they both young, right? Chick he started talking to, they've been talking for like maybe a month or so. So he said, you know, and they go out, he paying for everything. He doing this, he doing that, blah, 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 right? So Valentine's Day rolled around and he was like, he bought her gifts and stuff like that. And she wanted to go to dinner too. And he was like, well, I'm a little strapped for cash right now. Like, but you know, if we go dinner, you know, you wanna go Dutch. Right? And Shorty was so appalled by him with the notion of him going Dutch that she fucking caught an attitude. End up to them like kind of breaking it off and shit. And I'm like, damn, it's crazy, right? Right, exactly. So, you know, he was. And I just met this kid. I was sitting there talking. I was at the little desk or whatever, at this little at like a customer service desk. I'm like, yo, you dodged a bullet. So you dodged a bullet. I said, first off, Valentine's Day is a scam, right? You should be doing shit year round for your significant other, your lady or whatever. Valentine's Day shouldn't fucking make or break shit. Valentine's Day shouldn't make or break a fucking thing. All right, if she was really into you, she'd have been cool going Dutch. You know what I mean? Like, but it's the unrealistic expectations that social media puts on fucking relationships and puts in these people's head. And it's not just women. Men do this shit too because of social media. They see all this shit on social media. They got these delusions of grandeur and now all of a sudden going Dutch because your dude ain't got it right then and there is a fucking abomination. And so you know what that tells you? That tells you that if you in a tight spot, she ain't gonna be there for you. Like you would be there for her. Right? If you're gonna be in a relationship, right? If one of y'all down, the other one gonna hold the other one up. Right? I'm like, she might be down. You might pay a bill. Here you go. I know you hurting right now. Let me help you out with that. Here you go. Here go half your light bill or whatever. But the minute you down and out, it's a turn off to them. It's a turn off to them, and they wanna act like, now you beneath them for that shit. Yeah, we went to a little winery out in, I forgot where the fuck we was at. It was pretty dope. Chill. It was inexpensive, nothing crazy. The day after, it was on Sunday, because I ain't going out there in this fucking crowd of people overpaying for fucking steak. Dutch on a $16 Chinese buffet I paid, was polite and then never answered his calls again. Jesus, Melissa. You wasn't giving fair warning. He just showed up and then had the money. Yeah, no, you can't do that now. Nigga, dude, you can't show up and just say, oh, yeah, I ain't got it. Nah, can't do that. This dude he's up front with it, like, hey, look, I ain't really got it right now. But if you want to, if you don't mind going half today, this time, and it could have worked out like where it's like, all right, I'm pretty sure she ain't get him shit. The way as indignant as he said she was, I'm sure she ain't get him a fucking thing. No, you couldn't catch me moving to DC. I appreciate the $2 though. But I was like, yo, you dodged the bullet, because that tells you that if you down and out and you might be strapped or whatever, strapped for cash, she going to fucking fucking 86 you, bro. He's like, bro, I literally like her, and I was like, yo, look, you like her, cool. But what I would do, and he work in the same building is the crazy part. I was like, this is what I would do. Like, go ahead and, talk to her or whatever and see, hey, look, I really do like you. And maybe we got off on the wrong foot, But explain to her, like, yo, what you did rubbed me the wrong way. Yeah, I didn't have it right then and there. But after the argument, I got my hands on some money that was coming to me in the first place. I just didn't have it at the time. But we ended the shit because I wanted to go half. You know what I mean? Who the fuck is this? Dale, what? Epstein files snooze? New York Post files good? What are you talking about? See, he new to the channel. Whoever this is new to the channel. I'm going to let you slide on that. Why don't you go back and watch some of my other streams? You'll see where we at on that. All right. But this shit is crazy, yo. And I'm sitting there like, damn, it's fucked up. But then I go back to him like, yo, what has it gotten to where social media, what's going on with you? Social media is ruining relationships. Social media is ruining dating. You got women tripping out. It's all good. You got women tripping out, right? You got women tripping out if a dude take them to Cheesecake Factory. Yeah, you dodged a bullet, but like this is where we at. Cheesecake Factory too good for you. I mean, it's beneath you. Oh, Ruth Chris, you gotta take me to Capitol Grill. You gotta take me to the Ruxton. What the fuck wrong with Ruth Chris? What the fuck wrong with Longhorn, bitch? See, the thing about it is, it shouldn't be about where the guy take you or where the girl take you. It should be about y'all being together. If you really want to, wasn't Valentine's based on like a fucking massacre? I appreciate it. All right, it's about y'all being together, having a good time, getting to know each other. That type of intimacy. It's not so you can put up a post on your Instagram. It's a medieval holiday. If Cheesecake Factory good for Lotto, it's good for you too. I love me a good Cheesecake Factory, right? I'm a cheap date. Take me to Texas Roadhouse. You take me to Texas Roadhouse, I drop the drawers, goddammit. You take me to Texas Roadhouse, boy, I drop the drawers, goddammit. Right? Like, but that's what they forget. Me and my wife's first date was a fucking grocery store. Our first date was a grocery store. Then we went to Bennigan's. Bennigan's used to be my shit. That was my jam. I get that Count of Monte Cristo joint. Bennigan's was the jam. Yeah, I took my mom to Texas Roadhouse for her birthday. She loved it. I went to Texas Roadhouse for my birthday. I fucking loved it. That's my favorite steakhouse. Capitol Grill and all that shit is cool. But I'm cool with shit like that. My wife cool with shit like that. It's the time together that's the thing. And social media is really putting a damper on dating. I feel bad for these young boys out here in the street. Oh, Longhorn, great. I had one bad experience at Longhorn. That was it. And they corrected it. I wanted a medium steak. They brought me a well-done steak. It was too much char on it. I didn't like it. They fixed it. Yeah, Capitol Grill, I think, is overrated too. You know? I can do a filet Oscar myself. I could do a filet Oscar myself. You know, I could do a ribeye Oscar style myself, okay? Pretty sure I could do it better than they do it at the restaurant. But it's just sad to hear that story where this dude really liked this girl. He really would have did whatever for this girl. He was out here trying to, you know, woo her and actually be chivalrous and take her on dates and this and that. It's just this one day where they tell you if the guy don't get you a fucking balloon and some flowers, it's GG's. Can make or break some shit like that. That shit is sad. And you know what's even sadder? I think I said this shit on the stream the other day. Oh, man. There's some women out here who dogged out a good man that really liked him. And for Valentine's Day, the ain't shit dude brought her a fucking box of chocolates and some fucking Moscato and some flowers, and she gave up the pussy. This nigga don't do shit for her. He don't do nothing but drop off some dick. There's a dude that really like her would do shit for her. She passed him up for the nigga cut the ain't shit nigga cut with the flowers and some fucking Moscato, and she give up the pussy on promises. He said it was like a month, maybe 2 months. A month, maybe 2 months. It's all good, Dale. Salute from Argentina. Hope everything's well over there. Hopefully you're not a bot either, but I don't think you are. Salute to you, Dale. That's where you fucked up? Yeah, Noel. Yeah, exactly. You know, like, Pro said that's where you fucked up. That's kind of unwritten rule, but sometimes you know how I go, pro. You know how I go. You get your wife flowers all year round. That's funny. That's funny, Greg. Everybody done did that. Every dude in this chat done did that. She knocked out. I ain't be on stopping on the side of the road seeing Jose out there with his roses. How much? $5? Let me get two of them bitches, Jose. Thank you. Look, see Montoya, no. Valentine's Day is every day for her. She'll go anywhere. Exactly, Montoya. If a girl like you, she will go to fucking Applebee's if she like you enough. It's the whole point of just spending the time. Whatever happened to dinner in the movie, that's not even enough anymore. Dinner in the movie's not even enough anymore. I remember back in the day, yo, you go to the movie, right? You go to the movie, then you go to dinner. The movie gives you something to talk about at dinner. All right? And y'all get to know each other, have a good time. Maybe it ends well. She turning them drinks down at Applebee's. Yeah, movies and dinner would be like a $50 date. You ain't lying about that. That was with snacks and shit. Hey, there's a lot of shit that flew. Like here in Baltimore, take a shorty to the harbor. You go down to the harbor, y'all walk around, see the shows and shit like that. Maybe you go to the Cheesecake Factory right there at the harbor. R.I.P. the Cheesecake Factory at the Inner Harbor Place. That's gone. I used to love going there for lunch and shit because I work next door to it. Trade Center. Now it's like, first off, these chicks is using dudes now just to eat. They don't even like the guy. They just want to go eat. They can't even afford the place on their own. They want them to take, I want to go to Capitol. I want to go here. I want to go to Morton's. You can't afford Morton's on your own. But you want me to take you to Morton's. You going to jump out the window on the first date. But I blame social media and everything else. Like, you got guys rapping and singing about tricking on women. Used to go down to Harbor when he was at Fort Meade. It was when was you at Fort Meade? Back in the day, the Harbor place was jumping back in the early 2000s. Yeah, it's just they don't understand. And they be sixes. They be sixes and sevens. They be sixes and sevens who look like eights and nines with makeup.
Tough break, nigga.
They be, 2006, it was jumping back then. It'd be sixes and sevens, bro. Like, it was popping back then in 06. Derna said they be fives. But they put on some makeup and the witchcraft and shit and hocus pocus on their face. Now they look like eights and nines. And people be gassing them up. Oh shit. Maybe 4s and 5s and 7s and 8s with the makeup. You know what I'm talking about. They get gassed up on social media. Maybe because she got a butterface. Remember the term butterface? Remember the term butterface? I didn't even realize I wasn't on the screen and shit. I'm sitting there looking at what's in there. You remember the term butterface? Everything looked good, butterface. Good thing you been on your last first date. Salute the protocol. It's a bunch of them butterfaces all over fucking social media. They got tits and ass and small waist, and you look at that face, it's like, It was a shameless episode with a butterface. Can I say, you know what? Shout out to protocol, y'all. Everything popping, butterface. Yeah, they got them Spanx. They be tricking niggas, yo. Oh, hold on, y'all. Hold on real quick. My little nephew father called. Man, I swear, yo, my sister-in-law is crazy. They don't tell me shit. His father dropping him off here. I'm streaming, so my phone on do not disturb, so I can stream. I ain't know my nephew outside. They waiting to get let in the house. I ain't know they was here. I'm like, yo, I ain't know shit, yo. They don't tell me nothing. I didn't even know he was coming here. I said, yo, bypass them and hit me up, yo. Like, if he coming over the house, just text me and let me know he coming to the house. I said, they don't tell me nothing. I don't know why they would wait for you to get here to say, hey, oh, by the way. You know what I mean? That shit, I swear, y'all, shit drive me crazy, yo. Sometimes I feel like I got two fucking wives. My sister-in-law need like a caretaker. She's a pretty girl. She needs somebody to take care of her. Okay? All right, she's a pretty girl. She light skinned. She's about 4'11", though. She's short. She's nigga, golly mighty. I got two fucking wives, yo. Exactly, Sauce. Exactly, bro. Shit is crazy. Women getting all gassed up, man. Valentine's Day is a fucking scam. All these holidays is a fucking scam. Christmas, Jesus was born in the spring. Look at Sauce. Jesus was born in the spring, gosh dang it. All right. Why are we celebrating Christmas in December? Somebody just let me. And why has it got to be some white man coming down the chimney with gifts? Then it turned into, if you don't get your girl a gift, you can get your girl something every day, 364 days out of the year. That one day, Christmas, you don't get her something, boy. It's fucking furniture moving. Literally, it's on the fucking U-Haul truck. It's crazy. Valentine's Day, it's a fucking scam. Only holiday I like is fucking Thanksgiving. That's when you just fellowshipping with the family, coming over to eat, get you a plate, chilling, watching football and shit. No, she ain't rocking no extra chromosome. She really fucking smart. She got a master's in finance and some more shit. I'm tired of helping. Nigga. Bro. Friday, she come over the house. She parks her car on the ice. Bottoms the car out on the ice. She can't get the car up. She can't move. So I got to go outside. Me and my daughter I throw the bitch in reverse. Me and my daughter rock in the car to get that shit off the ice. When we get it off the ice. The very next fucking day, I come home. She fucking did it again in the same spot. And I'm like, how? How? That's all I could say was how. Well, I didn't have nowhere else to park. I said, but why would you park in the same place where you got stuck? I said, that's retarded shit. I was hot. I was fucking hot. My brother was just so happened to be here, so it was easier to get the car out. But I was sitting there like, yo, that's retarded shit. What are you doing? Why? Well, where am I supposed to park? Around the corner, right there. Just walk your ass to the house. I said, this is what dumb people do. I was hot, boy. I was hot. Holy smokes. Great girl. She is well-intentioned. She is a heart of gold. Heart of gold. She just needs somebody to fucking hold her hand through life, God damn it. She wanted the girls that wouldn't trip about going to Applebee's, okay? She one of them girls. She got one kid. He's a good boy. He's a good kid because Uncle B is in his life, okay? And his dad a good dad. All right? Good kid. She just need a little TLC. She's 35. Oh man. Anyway, sorry for going off that tangent. Courtney, if you see this, I'm sorry. Oh man, shit is hilarious. Yo, what's new with these Epstein files, yo? They sweep them shits under the rug, yo. They found out that Donnie T was a fucking informant and trying to get this nigga arrested. Now nobody want to talk about shit. My daughter was like, she's like, who's at the fucking like I said, the African American Museum? She's like, Bill and Melinda Gates Concourse. I said, yeah, I'm pretty sure they're gonna be changing that name soon. I was like, I'm pretty sure they'll be changing that name soon from the fucking Bill and Melinda Gates Concourse. It's gonna be something else. Oh man, I was just laughing. I was like, oh my God. But this shit getting swept under the rug. They don't want to go deeper. They want that shit to, I told you guys, they want that shit, the Epstein shit, they wanted to start and stop with Epstein. They don't want to go back to all the other Eyes Wide Shut parties that was happening that didn't involve him. They're not willing to go back and goon hand John Podesta and his brother. They're not willing to go back and goon hand James Alefantis. They're not willing to go and goon hand Anthony Weiner and Huma Abedin, who's married to fucking Eric Soros now. They're not trying to go goon hand Hillary and Bill and the girl that they had running the fucking foundation out of Haiti. They ain't trying to go gaffle them and bring them in for questioning and start pressing them. They're not willing to do that. The fucking Abercrombie and Fitch CEO, he's in jail right now claiming dementia. And they had a whole fucking sex trafficking ring going on since 2015 or 2008, one of them, which is still crazy. Remember, they ran a whole negative press campaign against the Sound of Freedom. Remember that? Noam Chomsky? Remember they didn't want the Sound of Freedom coming out? That's true, Noel. This shit been, yeah, that's what I'm saying, Montoya. That's what I've been saying. I said this shit been happening since for fucking ever. Child sacrifices, burnt offerings, cannibalism, adrenochrome. We all thought that shit was, I didn't. I thought that shit was some fucking truth to that shit. You know what I mean? But people thought that shit was, it only happens in the movies. Mad crazy? I'm with you on that. What they say. Satan, he is the fucking ruler of this realm. Satan is the ruler of this realm. He is allowed to influence the weak to see if he could break them. That's what he's allowed to do. He even offered this realm to Jesus as a deal. But the good Lord knew better. Can't make no deal with the devil. Them people is devils. You remember this shit?
Bad boy, baby. Yeah.
Let's see if I can't find it. We gotta listen to Eminem's verse.
Don't affect me. I don't get down. Who you think you deal? I'm using rubber so they won't aim.
There you go. Remember this? Listen to Eminem's verse. Listen to Eminem's verse. Just the one part.
You got it going on. You're dead wrong.
You're big, you're dead wrong.
You got it going on. Ladies and gentlemen, you're dead wrong.
There's several different levels to devil worshiping, horses, sex, human sacrifices, cannibalism, candles and exorcism, animals having sex with them, camels, mammals and rabbits. But I don't get into that, I kick the habit. I just beat you to death with weapons that eat through the flesh, and I never eat you unless the fucking meat looks fresh. I got a lion in my pocket, I'm lying. I got a 9 in my pocket, and baby, I'm just dying. The cock of me's ready for war. I'm ready for war. I got machetes and swords for any faggot that said he was raw. My Uzi's heavy as yours. Yeah, you met me before. I just didn't have as large an arsenal of weapons before. Marshal, step in the door. I lay your head on the floor with your body spread on the bedspread. Red on the wall, red on the ceiling, red on the floor. Get a new whore. Met on the second, red on the third, then she's dead on the fourth. I'm dead wrong.
That right there, when I was like, yo, hey, yo. I was like, damn. Did Eminem get invited to the party? Maybe he did. Maybe he seen some shit. Like I said, I told y'all this in another stream. I was like, yo, Epstein was for high society and powerful people. Weinstein was for Hollywood. And Diddy might have been for music. The boule. But them Venn diagrams fucking intersected. All three of them. But like I also told y'all too, they want this shit to start and stop with Epstein. This shit's been going on since forever. They just put Epstein or Robert Maxwell first and then Epstein in place to take advantage of shit that was already happening. They was already fucking vampires. They were already cannibals. They were already PDF files. They were already grapists. This shit's been going on since biblical days. This is Old Testament shit. Fucking Canaanite type shit. Kubrick did warn us. Mind your Quran verse. Satan made their deeds appealing to them, hindering them from the right path, even though they had insight. Facts, yep. King Nimrod. Shit's been happening. Yeah, The Shining and Eyes Wide Shut. These people are pure evil on this plane of existence. This shit is way deeper than Epstein. Like, you gonna need a pair of They Live glasses to even be able to even understand the level of fucking demonic energy here. That's a good theory. I like that. Yeah, Hotep glasses. Yeah. Yeah. But it's crazy. Madison Cawthorn, people laughed at him. They made fun of him being in a wheelchair. And all this other shit when he said that he was invited to these fucking Eyes Wide Shut parties and they were trying to bust him down. They made fun of him so he wouldn't be able to get away and all this other shit. Shout out to Jonah. Remember Jonah put us on with the Allie, whatever her name was, who was accusing Joe Nicholslick and Obama of doing some ill shit to her? People call her nuts. They was like, she crazy. Remember we did the stream and I lost the whole stream. We was looking at the video and the whole stream fucking got like just my computer, everything fucking shut down on me as we was watching that shit. A lot of you know, people new to the chat. We was watching this video of Allie. I forgot her last name. Allie Carter. Thanks, Pro. And while we was watching it, right, I think it was me and Jay. My entire everything just shut down. Boom. I didn't lose power in the house or nothing, but I lost power in this entire room. I said, what the fuck? Shit shook me a little bit. I ain't gonna front. I was like, yo, what the fuck just happened? Ooh, Orlando Brown and his allegations. I haven't seen it, but I can only imagine. I know he said that he was getting got because that's how he. Allegedly he was saying. And I can't discount it because look at Shia LaBeouf. When Shia LaBeouf started talking about the shit that happened to him at them parties, him being drugged up and them taking his fucking manhood, his booty.
Pause.
They labeled him fucking crazy. His career ain't been the same. I can only imagine what happened to Orlando Brown. He was a young boy. When he little T3 on fucking Family Matters and he was in Major Pain and That's So Raven and some more shit. Yeah, Shia LaBeouf was fucked up out that shit. Terry Crews said he got his balls fondled.
Pause.
In front of his wife at one of them parties. He came out about it. His fucking career ain't been the same. He wasn't even in the next fucking Expendables. I don't mean to laugh about that, but it's the truth. Yeah, they got his hole and then he did the movie Holes.
Pause.
But that's what happens. It becomes a culture, a subculture of Hollywood. They just want to get picked, like Patrice O'Neal said, they just want to get picked up by the beast. They just want to get picked up by the beast because you ain't got to get devoured by the beast to get your 15. When you get picked up by the beast, you shining. And he hated doing the movie Holes too? When the beast picked you up, you shining. Word to Patrice O'Neal. He said it. He said, there's no reason I shouldn't be bigger than I am. I don't want to owe that much. He said that. He said, there's no reason I shouldn't be bigger than I am. I just don't want to owe that much. Right. Rob Beball stressed out. Yeah. Yes. Remember that? Was it Corey Feldman? Yeah, because Corey Haim got killed, right? Corey Feldman. Remember that? And they was dragging him when he said that, when he told people that. Remember that? Because he said that shit back in like 2017, 2018 when he started talking, when Corey Feldman started talking about it. Didn't he make like a documentary? He supposedly made a documentary, but remember he was talking about, and they was calling him crazy and that he just trying to get money, trying to grab money. Yeah. Yep. Barbara Walters. You're right. What happened with Brendan Fraser? Yeah, no, he did say it in 2010, but he was like, he put him, he was like in the, he was in the spotlight in like 2016, 2017. Like his allegations was like massive. It was fucking massive. Back then. They shut up. They got him under control though. But yeah, he started speaking up about it way early. He got Terry Crews. Yeah, he died of a drug overdose, but he was talking about the shit that happened to Corey Haim. I think he even alleged that fucking Charlie Sheen did some ill shit to Corey Haim. I had this one video I wanted y'all to watch. I was going to end this show with it. I gotta find it. I had it saved, but for some reason, it's the only video that ever gets kicked off of my, like when I save it. So I downloaded it and it's still gone. See if it's in playlists. Gone. Damn. Then we start hearing the word jerky. I was like, that's probably what got Obama's chef killed. It's probably what got Clinton's chef killed. I think I found it.
We're praying against. First of all, the Bible.
I did. I found a version of it. Interesting. Jim Carrey is also a whistleblower. I know he was on Jimmy Kimmel that one time. I think we covered it here. But he was on Jimmy Kimmel that one time, and he was, it seemed like he was joking, but I'm like, that nigga ain't joking. Didn't they kill his girlfriend? Hello Kitchen? Then we see Jay-Z. I never heard of Hello Kitchen. Interesting. Then we see Jay-Z. I covered that shit like a couple years ago. A few years ago, we went down that rabbit hole, and then with Lady Gaga and all of them about Marina Abramovich. Hell's Kitchen. Oh, I forgot his name. Yeah, Gordon Ramsay. Jay-Z up there tap dancing at an art gallery for Marina Abramovich, and whatever that ritual was for him to be inducted into whatever the fuck was going on. Beyonce up at the Grammys doing the Illuminati dance. These people sold their souls. Lady Gaga on some Vision Quest butt naked for 7 days in the fucking woods because of Marina Abramovich. Ariana Grande looking crazy. The other chick from the Wizard of Oz, whatever, Oz, looking crazy. They look like they've been replaced by some body snatchers, like it's Secret Wars or some shit. Nah, is that the one? Is that the one with the kids from Disney? Is that the one with the Disney kids? With like Jeanette McCurdy and all of them.
We are not contending against flesh and blood. Not against flesh.
I'm looking for this thing. So I make sure it's the whole thing before we end this. But yes, yeah, the Nickelodeon kids, yeah. I haven't seen that. I thought it was a book. It's a doc. I gotta watch that. But yeah, shout out to again Jamie Deluxe, DLUX, Jamie Deluxe. He was talking about this shit. He got his whole YouTube nuked. He was growing fast. Talking about. What are you doing under? What are you doing, girl? She said, "No, I want to go get more comfortable." It do look like that, Noel. But what was the dude, Schneider? Schneider's Bakery. Remember, like, for those of you who don't know who he is, Schneider's Bakery, that's the dude that, remember the manager, the fat guy from Good Burger, the manager? That's him. He was the one that created a lot of this stuff, but he was allegedly R-wording them kids. Allegedly, he may or may not be the baby of, what's her name? Zoe 101. What was her name? Britney Spears' sister's fucking, no, not Rob Schneider. Not Rob Schneider. Rob Schneider do W with the Sandler people. What was it, the other something else Schneider? Dan Schneider? I think it's Dan Schneider. Yeah, Dan Schneider, that's his name. Dan Schneider. But Jamie Lynn Spears, apparently, allegedly, he's the fucking father of her kid. He did some ill shit to them kids, y'all. To the point where I think Nickelodeon had a fund to pay these kids off. Amanda Bynes, he fucked her all up, allegedly. I'm gonna find Jamie's stuff. I don't know if let me see if he's back on YouTube. I don't know if he is though. Yeah, and she was boy. Amanda Bynes was a baddie. Now she look crazy as shit. She doing all that shit. Apparently he was doing some ill shit to these kids, y'all. Let's see if they. Oh, look, he got his channel back. Hold on. Here we go. Fuck it. Let's do it now. Let's see. We're gonna watch one. Make sure you go subscribe to him. So look, he must have fought and got his channel back. What, Amanda Bynes? I don't know. She might my age, ain't she? I remember she was on All That back in the day. Let's switch over there. Hopefully YouTube don't flag me. It's on your fucking site, YouTube. The views and opinions expressed here on Canon Speaks hold solely. Damn, I messed up. The views and opinions expressed here on Canon Speaks is solely that of Canon Hotep and do not represent the views of his viewers or Alphabet Inc. Viewer discretion is advised. Boom. She 39, 42. So yeah. I'm 41. I ain't 42 yet. Am I 42? How old am I? Oh shit, I don't even know how old I am. That's how old I'm getting. Fucking old am I? Yeah, I'm about to be 42 this year. I'll be 42 this year. I'm 41 now, about to be 42 this year. Old man. Anyway, let's get to it. So let's watch this real quick. We're going to watch one of them. Or maybe we keep going. We'll see. See, that's Dan Snyder right there.
Warning. I chain smoke and I say fuck a lot. But I accept myself for the way I am. I accept you too. Viewer discretion advised.
I remember that show, You Can't Say That on television. I can't do that on television.
I've been working on this one for a while. It's going to have to be a mini-series. What I did again was I used John Doe's research on Twitter, combining all the blind items. So let's take a look into the producer, aka Dan Schneider. From John Doe.
Yeah, Amanda Bynes look like she might be replaced in an Edgar suit.
Monster known as Nickelodeon producer Dan Schneider. Spoiler, and he said he raped Britney Spears' sister, and no one has done anything about it for over a decade. 9/12/2007, and he says 16-year-old Jamie Lynn Spears is pregnant. I've noticed most of you think that the Jamie Lynn Spears pregnancy may have been a blind item. You are right. The blind in question was dated September 12th, 2007. Number one, this teenager B-list actress may still be a teenager, but she also may be pregnant. The single actress has told producers it's just a little weight gain, but the producers want her to take a pregnancy test and prove to them she's not pregnant before they make any additional commitments. So far, she's refused. October 5th, 2007, Nancy reports that 16-year-old Jamie Lynn Spears has been raped and impregnated by one of the producers of her show, Zoe 101, on the Nickelodeon network. And he says new boyfriends for Spears are being lined up as we speak. Friday, October 5th, 2007, for Friday. Don't forget about the meth dentist. Number one, I don't even know how you define what list someone is when they are on some ensemble show watched by teens and preteens, so go with the above and make her a female. Make her pregnant, which is causing the producers to have a heart attack because they really don't need any more scandals. But wait, there's more. One of the producers who is old enough to be her grandfather shouldn't be having a heart attack because of shock, because he's the one who knocked her up. New boyfriends are being lined up as we speak. Late December 2007, Jamie Lynn Spears announces her pregnancy. while she claims boyfriend Casey Aldridge is a father, and he continues to say otherwise, although at this point, he is unsure which producer raped her. Wednesday, December 26, 2007. Okay, it's time. As you know, on October 5th, 2007, I ran the following blind item. I ran a blind item about the same incident 1 month earlier, but at that time, I only knew Jamie Lynn Spears was pregnant, but I didn't know by whom. Still, don't know by whom, just their approximate age and position. So yes, you as readers were the first to know. Let the tabloids do what they do best and make the life of the guy who did do it
That's a fact,
an absolute
man.
hell. It is because of the reporting of Star and other reports that are now surfacing that this family is starting to come to light. Price for Jamie Lynn Spears' photo reaches $100,000. Jamie Lynn Spears is hiding. She's hiding well. So far, she has managed to avoid Britney Spears and Britney's camera. Why is Britney looking for Jamie with the camera? Britney wants $100,000 currently being offered for new photos of Jamie. There are serious questions about just how far along Jamie is right now, and who the father is. Now, don't go all producer crazy on me. Just people are curious about who the father is and why. If Jamie is just 3 months along, as she indicated, that there are no photos of her with a 3-month bump. The pictures from September show more of a 3-month bump. So now, if Jamie were to show up looking like Halle Berry, she would have some explaining to do. Much more explaining than if the baby was, say, 3 months premature with a life-threatening struggle to survive in the hospital, with all the world on Jamie's side. December 26, 2017. As always, the MSN follows NT Lawyer. When Star Magazine reports Casey Aldridge is not the father of Jamie Lynn Spears' baby, but Jamie's family believes the real father is a much older executive at her children's TV show, Zoe 101. The father of Jamie Lynn Spears' baby is not boyfriend Kevin Aldridge, according to shocking reports from the U.S. News that Britney's sister was pregnant at 16, under the legal age for sex in the U.S., forced the 18-year-old Casey into hiding. But now Star Magazine insists that the teenager may not be the dad, and that Spears' friends and family think it is an older man who would face statutory rape charges. Friends have said that Jamie Lynn was no longer even seeing Casey, and family members told Star they believe the real father was much older executive at her children's show, Zoe 101. Casey is being paid off to be the family's fall guy, while the real father remains unidentified. They say the real reason is that an older man could be charged with statutory rape if revealed to be the father of an underage girl's baby. But Jamie Lynn's home state of Louisiana, Casey would escape the charges because a 16-year-old can legally have sex with someone less than 2 years older than her. Conveniently, Casey falls under the bar just under 26 days. The man many suspect to be the father, however, would face charges and probably prison time if he were to come forward and admit he had sex with her. The magazine, quote, two separate Spears family insiders who believe the father is someone who works Jamie Lynn's kids show. Jamie Lynn has been working on Zoe 101 since she was 13, one of the sources said. In Hollywood, little girls grow up fast, and she is no exception. With everything that has gone on in the family.
So let's go to the other one. So that's, it's going to speed round through them, but they're talking about Dan Schneider. They're saying Dan Schneider is the one that did it. Allegedly. Let's check this one out.
Warning. I chain smoke and I say fuck a lot. But I accept myself for the way I am. I accept you too. Viewer discretion advised.
Facts.
March 1st, 2012, legendary commenter Him comments on an article and names Dan Schneider as someone whose kinks cross the line into depravity, illegality, and inhumane sickness. I don't want to read this blind item because it brings us in another direction, but he is mentioned into somebody whose kinks cross the line into depravity, illegality, and inhumane sickness. March 2nd, Any Blind. Any writes about a tutor on the set of one of Dan Schneider's children's television shows who assaulted Jeanette McCurdy. More recently, the tutor made his way through several networks which cratered the children. He found lots and lots of teens there. His most recent assault, because let's face it, that's what they are, happened on the set of a very
that's who they talking about right now, Jeanette McCurdy.
Very, very hit tween show, which is still airing. The second lead, female co-star, had just turned 17 when she was assaulted by the guy. She complained to the head of the show, who had been a television star himself, and he fired the tutor. It turns out the tutor had sex with two of his former co-stars on a hit network show back in the day. And Jeanette McCurdy's named here.
Hey, Dan Schneider. I know you're watching my Vine. Do you like my Vine? Vine. 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 Look what you've done to me. I'm away!
On the Lord, what hero, what Nick? On the Lord, what hero, what Nick, Nick? On the Ricky Ticky Low, while living #1 Nickelodeon.
3/2/2012, The Him comments, Dan Schneider is a monster, the worst predator alive. And if you wonder why nobody will confront or charge him, he's in charge of multiple hit shows for Nick, which rakes in oceans of money, tens of millions multiplied by many years and many shows. And a comment.
Yo, he wrote almost every show. Snyder's Bakery, when you see it at the end of each show, Snyder's, that's him. He did that. He was trying to protect this nigga, man. Nickelodeon.
Meant by him. As for Dan Schneider, you were right about probably messing up his game. He's a monster, the worst predator alive. And if you wonder why nobody will confront or charge him, he's in charge of multiple hit shows for Nick, which rakes in oceans of money. Tens of millions of dollars multiplied by many, many years and many shows, not to mention his merchandising royalties. So Viacom, Nick warned him to cool it. They pay for his damn lawyers. What about the parents? No tweener parent who shoved their kid into the limelight from birth is going to cross him either and risk career suicide and loss of revenue and residuals in future career, no matter how bad it fucks up the kids, especially if there's multiple kid actors in the family. And the kids' agents are complicit too, just as the Spears family. A lot of settlements get paid out of Viacom's accounts.
Daniel Schneider's mom missed his real graduation. She showed up for this one.
So this time she showed up with the Dan look. I made it this time. So I've been harassing her for about 7 years now for not making it. Now I can't say anything.
3/9/2012, Any Blind.
They talk about that too, Holden.
Set of What I Like About You, starring Amanda Bynes and Jenny Garth, and created by Dan Schneider, had a horrible, sex-filled set where the two leads never spoke and less filming. March 9th, 2012, blind items revealed. Ever wonder what happened when you put a former B-plus female tweener who gets her own first show and you mix her with a former B-list television actress from a long-running hit ensemble show who also thinks she is a star? You get several years of pleasantness on the outside and the worst conditions ever on a show on the inside. The former tweener had a huge ego coming off some movies and a very popular tween show. She also had a very goody-goody image on the outside, but on multiple occasions had more than one guy at once. She is also a huge collector of her own homemade porn. Damn. The actress coming into the show, who had been on a hit ensemble show, was also a goody-goody on the inside and out, but didn't stop her from being a diva. She also could be the biggest bitch on the planet if you crossed her. As she told the tweener once after they got into a hair-pulling fight, "I learned from the meanest actress who ever walked onto a TV set. You will lose." How about the times that our tweener would walk around naked when the actress's husband would stop by the set? Oops, I didn't know you were here.
Yeah, she was on Sam and Cat.
Normally have sex
Jeanette
with
McCurdy.
She likes big, big, big guys, if you know what I mean. However, to get back to the actress, she would have slept with the husband, who is also a B-list movie actor. For years, the two never spoke to each other unless they had to. Knowing how prudish the actress was, our tweener would have wild sex as loudly and as close to the actress as possible, even when her kids were visiting. She would even have sex in the actress's trailer and have her companions leave their used condoms. It was a wild, wild set, and the two still hate each other.
Man, that's fucking crazy.
Amanda Bynes and Jenny Garth.
Jenny Garth, man.
3/9/2012. Him comments, and for the first time explicitly, states that Dan Schneider knocked up Amanda Bynes and paid for her abortion. Bonus quiz, connect the dots. Who was the creator of this show? And he refers to a predator piece of shit who ruined the tweener, knocked her up, and paid for her abortion, and turned her into a disaster. He's the one who pretty much began her career, and he's done this with the other tweeners too, and has been on the site 100 times as a guest, especially in the Tudor Blind.
What's up, E?
Vile and disgusting. 8th, 2012, and reports Jamie Lynn Spears wants back on TV, but her parents won't let her. Saturday, August 31st, 2013, blind item revealed.
It's on YouTube. We playing it from YouTube.
This former almost A-list tweener has been desperate to get back on TV since her abrupt departure a few years ago. Her parents won't let her, though, because they don't want to have to answer questions about what happened, which would break wide open the hastily concocted cover story that has barely stood up to any kind of examination. Jamie Lynn Spears.
YouTube must have gave him his channel back.
2013. Blind item number 9. This producer, who has worked on many tweener shows, has been notified. He is the target of a federal investigation looking into child pornography accusations against him. And he recently settled a case with the parents of a 14-year-old girl who he paid off to keep quiet about sexual activity she engaged in while on set of a now-ended hit tweener show. 3-6.
So these blind items, just to let you guys know, allegedly are written, or were written by an anonymous entertainment lawyer who's in the know about this shit. I guess he couldn't sit back and watch this shit, so he put them out as these blind items.
2014, NT Blind says Dan Schneider's show Victorious was canceled because Nickelodeon was terrified a lawsuit would bring down the network. Most of the time when a show is at its peak is not when it's canceled. This show was at its peak and viewership was at a high, and it could have run for many more years. The cast all wanted it to run for more years, but the network pulled the plug. They were scared of the show. There were too many instances where the network had to put out a fire that would have ruined the image of the show. There were too many drugs on the set and too much sex, and the network didn't want a scandal. They just wanted the show to stop filming and to get rid of it as fast as possible.
There go Ariana Grande right there.
In their haste, they left behind 2 cast members who were going to turn out just as bad. While the show was being filmed, guest stars would show up high or know they could get great drugs even though the cast was so young. There were episodes that cast members don't even remember shooting because they were so wasted. The sex was everywhere, and the problem for the network was the age of the cast. Some were above 18, and some were below 18. And parents were always calling and screaming, and executives feared every day there would be some sort of type of statutory rape claim or some lawsuit filed by a parent or extra on the show. Every day the show aired, the network felt like they were rolling the dice.
I'm the most banned Hotep.
Had to knock before opening the closed door because inevitably
how many times I've been suspended?
Sex. No wonder the cast kept wanting to shoot the show. One of the bigger drug users and sexually active cast member was given her own show, or close to her own show. She had producers fooled into thinking she was an innocent cast member, and they paired her up with someone who spouted Bible verses, and producers thought went to church multiple times each week. In the show, Victorious. March 15th, 2014, NT Blind seemed to say Ariana Grande's mother, Joan, encouraged her daughter to sleep with Dan Schneider. Blind item number 5. Of all the annals of showbiz stage mom, this may be
and
the
Ned's Classifieds was my shit. I used to love that show.
Lohan, or the mom I don't like the name concocted. This mom of an almost A-list singer and TV star who has one of the most rabid tween fan bases of any singer actually encouraged her daughter to sleep with that skeevy producer to get the part she's been playing for a while. March 28th, 2016, NT Blind. Allegedly kids on the set of All That were abused, and people were starting to speak out about it because the Empire.
So think about that, right? Remember we did the video where, I think it was when we did all this shit with like Jay-Z and shit a few years ago, or a year ago. Ariana Grande said that she couldn't remember because she had a memory erasure treatment at the Brighter Days Spa in California. Well, that last blind item, allegedly her parents had her have sex with Dan Schneider in order to further her career. That's crazy. The parents was in on this shit.
Viacom Nickelodeon was not as powerful as it once was. Monday, March 28th, 2016, today's blind items. This was a bad idea. It probably won't be long. The entire empire is going to crumble. The empire is not what it used to be. Sure, there are some shows on the air, but not like the old days when there were a handful all at once. People are very leery of working with this company because of the potential for bad things to happen. See, things are not like they were before. There was no social media at the height of their power. Tween actors had no voice.
It's crazy.
They did what they were told and kept quiet, or they were fired from the show. Parents love the easy life, so in some cases were culpable or turned a blind eye. Most of the time, though, they were just non-existent. They just picked up their kid at the end of the day and did what they were told to. In more recent shows, there has been social media, so they had to choose more carefully. They only selected the most hungry, the most willing to do anything to achieve fame. If someone tried to step out of line, then those lucrative side projects suddenly disappeared and they were just another tweener who never made it beyond the tween years. Things have changed now, though. What sounded like a good idea at the time is turning into a nightmare. Long removed from the thumb and with no careers to protect any longer, many of these female tweeners from the long gone show are starting to speak out. The reason? The sudden interest in the show has people searching out members to discuss their experiences. Not a good combination if you want to keep your secrets. There have been 2 who have started to talk, and there are plenty more which will lead to more, not only from that show, but many others. It is the beginning of the end. March 25th, 2016, All That star Angelique Bates reveals abuse behind the scenes. Nickelodeon fans of the 90s were given quite the treat when it was announced the network would be airing an All That reunion special this April. While reliving the good old days of the comedy sketch show is joyous for many, one co-star has a different recollection. Actress Angelique Bates, who starred as regular from 92 to 96, revealed today that she was a victim of child abuse by her parents during her tenure on the show, and alleges producers did nothing to stop it. And it looks like Amanda Bynes wasn't invited to the reunion.
Fucking stoned.
I got a motherfucking spaceship. Oh, fuck. Oh.
Yo, he used to put all this information out. Yo. He was getting like, he got 81,000 subscribers on his channel now. He had almost 1 million subscribers on his channel back before they fucking nuked it. I'm gonna show you the playlists that he has. Go subscribe to Jamie Deluxe. This is him right here, Jamie Deluxe. Look at all this shit, yo. Brian Peck, again, another Disney kid. Like, all of these shits. Exposed Bill Gates. He was doing that shit. This is from like almost 10 years ago. A lot of these videos. The Finders. He did a whole situation on the Finders. That's a crazy fucking rabbit hole. All this shit, yo. Bryan Singer, Dan Harmon. Dan Harmon, that's the guy that makes the Rick and Morty cartoon. He did some ill shit for Cinemax, which was nuts. Like I said, just go and just check out his playlist. Like, his channel's back, which is crazy. I mean, I'm happy for him, but damn. He might have. Like I said, go check out this. Oh, it's crazy. Anyway. I'm going to leave y'all with this thing right here. All right. This goes back to what Mad Crazy was saying. We know who rules this realm. You need to resist at all costs. You need to resist at all costs. All right, guys. Let me go find it. Hope it didn't fucking go away again. Because they do not. There we go. So I'm going to leave y'all with this thing. I want y'all to listen to it. So until then, until next time, it's Canon Hotep saying be blessed, stay strapped, don't miss, and don't worry about tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow got enough problems of his own. Tell you. Worry about today. I'll holler at you.
A bit about the devil first. so that you've got a clear picture in your mind of what we're praying against. First of all, the Bible does not paint him as a horned creature with a forked tail. That's the sort of thing that makes us laugh at him, take him less than seriously. You see, the Bible says he's a real person. The Bible never calls the devil it, always he. Next, the Bible says that he has a heart and a mind and a will. And if a heart and a mind and a will don't make a personality, I don't know what does. It talks about the devil's feelings, talks about his thoughts, and it talks about his motives. And that means to me a person. So the devil is not just a kind of vague word to sum up all the forces of evil in the world. No, he is a person in his own right. And if there were no human beings at all, Satan would still exist. Now, Jesus himself took Satan desperately seriously. He never made a joke about him. He never laughed at him. He never caricatured him. Here are some of the titles that Jesus gave Satan. He said he is the prince of this world. When Satan offered Jesus all the kingdoms of the world, Jesus did not say they are not yours to give, because he knew perfectly well they were Satan's to give. And it is a horrible thought, if you really realize it, that the world in which we live is ruled over by Satan. He is the prince of this world. But let's take it a step further. Do you know that another title Jesus gave to Satan? He said he's not only the ruler or prince of this world, he is the God of this world. The only other person beside his heavenly Father to whom Jesus ever applied the word God was Satan. He said, my heavenly Father is God of everything, but of this world Satan is God, which means very simply not only that Satan controls this world and is able to manipulate science and education and politics for his own ends. More than that, Satan is actually the real God whom most people on earth worship, whether they know it or not. That behind so much religion, behind so much activity, Satan is the one who's being worshipped. He's the person. And even by some who go to church and chapel on Sunday, in reality, he's their God. For they worship the things that he offers them. They want the things of the world that he belongs to and rules over, rather than setting their mind on the things that are above, where Jesus is. And if you want this world, and if you want the things of this world, then I give you a piece of advice. Make Satan your God. If you want this world, he's a wonderful God to have, because he'll give it to you. There's always a price to pay. When the bill comes in, you may not be quite so happy, but he'll give it to you. He can give you money, he can give you fame, he can give you anything you want, because it's his to give. Where have you been, Satan, says God in the book of Job? Well, I've been patrolling the earth. I've been looking around my estate. And he had. Now let's get this clear. That doesn't mean that God is helpless in this world. It does mean, and we've got to think this through, that God is allowing Satan to be prince of this world and God of this world. He's allowed it. And people say, what does God think he's doing allowing that? Well, I would just say my only answer to that one is, what's he doing allowing you to be like you are? Why should you blame him for allowing Satan to rebel when he allowed you to? The answer is very simple. He's a father, and he will not force any of his creatures to go his way. And he gives you freedom to rebel. And we can't grumble about him giving the angels freedom, though they have superior intelligence and strength, because he gave us the same freedom, and we've used it in the wrong way. Do you know there are 2 books in the Bible that the devil hates more than any other 2 books in the Bible? Out of all 66, there are 2 that say more about him than any others, and it's these that he has attacked more than any others. They are the one at the beginning and the one at the end, Genesis and Revelation. And you know why he hates them? Because Genesis describes his devices and Revelation describes his doom. And he hates those 2 books. And there has been more scholarly attack on the book of Genesis than any other book, and more attempt to turn it into myth and legend and away from fact than any other book in the Bible. Why? Because Satan doesn't want you to believe that Genesis 3 ever happened. He doesn't want you to know how he got hold of Eve. He doesn't want you to believe that he said what he did to that first married couple. And he attacks the book of Genesis But the other book which he hates more than any other is the book of Revelation. Because as you read through that book, you come to a point where it says that the devil himself will be cast into the lake of fire. Do you know that Jesus told us to pray every day about the devil? Do you know that? The original prayer that he taught his disciples when they said, Lord, teach us to pray. He said, pray like this. Say, Dad in heaven. Then pray for the things he wants. His name, his will, his kingdom. Then he said, pray for the things you need. You need food, you need forgiveness. Then he said, finish by praying this. Deliver us from the evil one. We've turned evil into a thing in our thinking. It's not a thing, it's a person. There's no evil anywhere in the universe apart from persons. Evil is an intensely personal thing. There's no love in the universe apart from persons who love. And so evil is personal. And Jesus said, pray daily, deliver us from the evil one. Start your prayer by thinking of your dad in heaven, but end your prayer by thinking of the devil on earth and go out to face him.
Relax and take notes. Niggas need to wake up. Niggas need to relax and take notes. Niggas need to wake up. Niggas need to relax and take notes.